What is up, guys? We are out here overnight testing our bug out and survival gear. Chris is back from the dead, and he's got an awesome surprise for you guys. Follow along.
Yes, it is true. I am back from the dead. For anybody who is just joining us for the first time, I had a laceration. I got stitches. We're towards the end of it, though. I should be getting them removed probably tomorrow or the next day, actually, basically after this particular video and setup. So there's a rumor floating around that Outdoor Mama spilled the beans that I have an awesome surprise for you guys. And, well, that is kind of true. We have an awesome freaking gear giveaway in this video that I want you guys to check out. We're going to overlay actually what it is in the footage. But for the actual rules of how to enter, which is super simple, we're going to give you guys that in a little bit. But just enjoy Outdoor Mama setting up the base camp.
During an actual bug out situation, Chris and I would be bringing these hammocks. They're the Go Outfitters Go Camping hammocks, and the reason we bring them is because they're extremely lightweight. They protect us from the elements and bugs and all of that stuff, and they're just comfortable. Now, this is the actual site of our actual bug out shelter. It's the super shelter that we're building. Now, we're finishing up the digital rendering on the computer for the site, but next time you'll be seeing some actual work being done over here in our site for the bug out shelter, which is super awesome. Alright, so for all you newcomers out there, this is our bug out roll. This is our survival gear organizer. We like it because it keeps everything organized and in one spot. If you want to learn more, check out the video in the corner of the screen.
So this right here is the solo stove bonfire. It's big. And some of you guys are like, why would you bring that at camping? Well, we're not. We're overnight testing our bug out and survival gear. And this solo stove is actually going to be at our bug out location, like as a permanent fixture inside the shelter. So we need something big, but we need something safer. We live in San Antonio, which is a semi-desert environment. We run into a drought season, just unresponsibly starting massive fires in a dry conditions can burn down the whole area around you and destroy your shelter. So having something like this gives us enough to cook food for a multiple amount of people. We can just put a big huge grill grate on there and we're good to go, but it also provides us with enough warmth if we need it in the colder months. So about that giveaway we mentioned earlier, this is it. This is the loot. This is awesome. We got a duffel bag, an emergency sleeping bag, zip stitch emergency sutures. We have the Off-Grid Tools Survival Companion, which is awesome. We've got the Survival Ice Shield sunglasses, the fire disc. We have some Fiber Light fire starter, a canteen. We got the Gerber ghost strike knife. We have the little crazy hatchet from BattleBox, and we got the UST Solo Cook Kit. Now, to enter is really, really simple. All we need you to do is be a subscriber. We need you to share this video, like this video, and leave a comment as to what you will do with this gear as soon as you receive it. That's it, and you guys are going to find out who the winner is on Monday or the very next episode. As for all my regular viewers, you guys already know this, but for the newcomers, we do giveaways every single episode. Well, we need to get a fire started, so we're going to be testing out the Fiberlight fire tinder. We've tested it before. It works pretty good, but we're going to get a healthy chunk of this. We're going to bind it with some natural stuff. But another test we're going to do is we're actually going to be testing the Survival Companion by Off Grid Tools. They were kind enough to send us a couple of them, and this is actually what's in the giveaway, but just to give you guys a reference. Starts good sparks. So we're going to get down in here and get this bad boy going. Boom! Right away. That was amazing. Fiberlight and the Survival Companion. Dig it. Go ahead and stick some fat wood in here. Create some heat. Something a little more substantial. Then we'll be cooking.
Alright, so right now we're going to fix us a meal. It's the Thrive Life Tuscan style beef pappardelle. And, well, it's got all the ingredients in the bag. It's got all the instructions in there. So all you have to do is literally just follow what it says. So we're boiling some water for the pasta part. And then we're going to cook in a minute
all the vegetables and everything.
The vegetables and all that, yeah.
Now, something we're noticing right away using the bonfire from the Solo stove, it's still radiating plenty of heat, but it's burning really, really clean. We're not dealing with any smoke, but also something we're not dealing with are the ashes, the embers that kind of float around that make it dangerous in really dry conditions. But additionally, something I really, really like, we got a few burn holes in our tarps the last time we were out here because the ashes, we were building this really, really big fire. And right now we're not dealing with any ashes, any dangerous embers, nothing like that. So this is burning much cleaner. So having this as a super shelter bug out stove, like a permanent fixture, I think is going to be incredibly safe and incredibly efficient. And right now that wood's been burning for a really, really long time.
Oh yeah.
Now, a lot of you guys have been inquiring and asking about Thrive Life. The curiosity portion of it has really been growing since you guys saw our first episode for our super shelter build where we did the Pacific style stir fry, which was absolutely phenomenal. But
really good.
Why we're field testing this stuff so vigorously is because we want to stock this stuff in our super shelter. We want to have a supply of food ready to go. They have shelving units and family 10 size cans. And I noticed once we our next new grocery shopping that we're actually going to be doing for it, we're actually going to be buying the number 10 cans, and we noticed you get like what 3 or 4 times as much food as the pantry cans, but the price like doubles. So you pay twice as much, but you get 3 or 4 times as much food. So the savings really start kicking in for your prepping needs and general grocery shopping when you actually kind of bulk up. So for us, that was really exciting once we started doing a little bit more research. And so far right now we're just using the simple plate meals that she's cooking with to kind of experiment and taste test and really figure out what we like, what our favorite meals are, and kind of start stocking that stuff so we're not having to eat beans and rice and all that stuff all the time. We're definitely going to stock up on things like that. Those are good solid staples that give you a lot of carbohydrates and energy and proteins and things you need. But every now and then you're going to want that morale booster. You're going to want some good tasting food to see you through while you're in a miserable situation.
Our pasta's cooked. The rest of the other stuff is ready to go, so we're just going to add in our pasta to the dish.
Oh my god, it looks so good.
I know, it looks amazing.
Then what's left? The Parmesan cheese, I think?
The Parmesan cheese, I just need to add it. Here, you want to open that for me?
Yep. Teamwork.
Oh, this looks good.
This is fast. This is so much faster than cooking at home, actually.
I know,
and
right?
you get the same quality stuff. You're like getting like restaurant quality food really fast. And it's not like fast food, like restaurant quality.
Oh yeah, no, it's just like
This is like going like Carrabba's or something.
Right? And this really looks and smells awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Mhm.
Yeah, bring on the apocalypse when you got Thrive Life food.
Right? Just add
they
water
call it
and
Thrive
go.
Life for a reason.
All right.
Oh, I'm so stoked.
So we pull it off the heat. Once we put it in our bowl or plate.
Let it thicken up.
No, we don't even have to.
Oh yeah.
All we have to do is drizzle it with the balsamic glaze, and it's good.
Uh-oh. Did you just threaten me with balsamic glaze?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the other thing we're testing? The oh yeah, the crosstalk stuff. How is the little spoon thing working?
I like it.
Yeah.
Wish it was a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But I like it. Yeah. Like it's doing awesome as far as mixing and everything.
It reminds me of like the Light My Fire, the spork set thing that you can find at Walmart.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I like the fact you get a full like 16-piece 4-person set. We get the cups, the bowls, the plates.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Let me grab one of the plates here.
I'll let you be the official taste tester, obviously. You know what it is.
All right, so we're gonna put the balsamic glaze on.
That looks so horrible.
I know. Absolutely.
This is one horrible way to run a Bugout scenario.
Oh, right. I know. So we're gonna put some on the plate. Sorry, I'll make sure I leave a little bit for you.
Oh well, that's appreciated. Thank you. I can't believe that fire's still burning. That's
Oh yeah,
amazing.
and it's like it is extremely hot. All right, so there's my half. Let's taste this.
Now this is only the 2-person portion. They make enough for 4 to 6 people too.
Right, yeah. This is only for 2 people. Let's see what this tastes like.
This is just making me
Mmm.
hungry.
Oh my god, this is awesome.
We're definitely stocking the super shelter.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
This is really good.
Yeah, I need to buy a few of those racks so we can start organizing the cans as we get more in. But you 100% on that? You good? Want to taste it?
Oh yeah. Tastes really good. Like, I mean, it doesn't even taste like it's been freeze dried at all.
Holy crack pipe!
I know, right? Like, it's.
Oh my gosh!
I know.
Dude, they've just been slamming home runs. Snackies, the South Pacific stir fry, this stuff is amazing. Got
Oh
the
my
freshness value, the long shelf life, the fact that if you don't have a family who's a prepping family and you're trying to get them into it, this is an awesome way to convince your wife and your significant other to start using this as a way to have long-term shelf life, healthy, clean food at home. But you're slowly converting her him or her into a prepper without them even realizing it. But the biggest key factor that I've noticed, the biggest selling point on this, is they make cooking the meals really simple. They give you some really fun recipes, but it doesn't take long to cook. I mean, as you guys saw,
No,
it takes no time at all. And that's amazing. Because this also doubles. So let's say like me and Jen are gonna get ready to go to PrepperCon in about a month. We're just gonna stock up on the Thrive Life food and buy some extras ahead of time, and then we're just not gonna do any grocery shopping. So when we come back, even if we have a power outage and everything that is left over in the fridge goes bad, we don't care, because none of our food is degraded or destroyed, because all of it was freeze dried, and we don't have to worry about extra sodium, all that other preservatives and all of the crap they put in the food.
Oh, yeah.
This is good, clean, wholesome food, and
this has like asparagus, tomatoes, garlic, like all of the stuff you'd put in a normal food.
So yeah, we're gonna shut up and eat now. I mean, you guys can't tell me from that being freeze-dried food that it doesn't look good. I mean, it might not be appealing to some people, but for the majority of the garbage disposal out there like me, it's good. Not to mention filling. The reason why we're eating underneath the tarp in the shade is it's like 90 degrees outside. And then poor outdoor mama having to cook with the freaking solo stove bonfire. they got way hotter and way faster than I expected. I mean, that's an expensive piece of equipment. I don't expect people to go out and rush out and buy it, but if you're looking for something to fill the same void for like a bug out camp shelter or anything like that I'm doing, that thing's amazing. Like, it is, we're like, and for a lot of people who've been watching our videos for a while, for the Prepping 18 video that we did, our big priority this year is setting up a super shelter, finalizing our bug out location, and really working on our preps. For 2018, that is exactly our main goal, and we are ferociously pursuing that. So when you're seeing some of these high ticket items, we're not showboating. We're not trying to say that, you know, we have better stuff than you guys, or I can't afford any of that crap, blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing. Like 90% of all of our efforts towards prepping is going to making this move happen. We've been planning and preparing and practicing and saving for this for years. We've been saving towards this moment for 2 or 3 years. And we want to kind of show you some of the tools that we're wanting to put inside our super shelter at our bug out location and see it organically in an overnight situation. We want to know if it works too. I don't want to put all this stuff in my bug out shelter and all of a sudden it goes to hell and none of it works. And when I need it to work, we don't have enough supplies, it's not efficient, the stove sucks, the plates fall apart, the food tastes like crap. I want to know that this stuff's going to work for me. Now, in the initial bug out, we would be using the tarp shelter. The tarp shelters and the hammocks from Go Outfitters. But we're going to have kind of like a semi-permanent structure. Like I said, our super shelter. This for us is for real. This is the real deal. We're not BSing you guys. We're not doing this crap for the camera. We're just having to document what we're doing while we're doing it in our real world testing. Like I said, 2018 is going to be a very new chapter in the book of drop forward survival in our family.
Now that we're done eating, we're gonna go take a quick stroll down here to the creek so we can wash off all the food particles off of our plates and dishes so we don't attract any predators or unwanted animals to the campsite.
It's going to be getting dark here soon in about 15-20 minutes. And this is the Poppy Banibo. And we got this in the Battle Box Mission 37, but this is what we're going to be testing. And we're very intrigued by this because it's a cheap lantern, but it offers a 120 lumen flashlight, but a 300 lumen lantern. And you turn this bad boy on. There we go. But the cool feature about this is lantern's dimmable. So if you want to save battery life, as you push it down, see it gets less and less brightness, and that's its low setting. And then you press it again and it'll get higher and higher and higher. So we want to see the battery life and see all the run times because we didn't get any of that information on it. So we're going to be testing this out in the campsite. Now, something that I think is really cool are these handles. These handles actually come out on purpose. They're spring assisted. So if you're going to be operating the flashlight, it twists and comes off just like that. Very simply, so you've got a handle for your flashlight. A little cheesy on that end, but where I like the handle, or I find it the most useful, will actually end up being for the lantern portion here on the end. And you could wrap that around a tree branch, guy lines, anything like that, without actually having to use any extra carabiners or tying any knots. Now, the biggest reason we're so interested in these for our super shelter and bug out camp is the fact they take common use batteries. And the fact that we can get a lantern and a flashlight combo, considering the fact these are like 20 bucks, if we can find these to run a really long time, even on low, they could be a good investment that have a high efficiency, decent power, and a lot of kind of options for not a lot of money. So I even would like these over the Vaunt lamps. Oh, I love that bonfire.
Yes, it's awesome.
It's absolutely amazing.
We're having chili mac for dinner tonight.
Ooh, chili mac. Bring back the Chef Boyardee when I was 9 years old.
Right?
Oh, I don't think we've ever brought Wise Company out to any camping or bug out, like official, real overnight bug out testing before.
And I think the reason is because you have to actually cook it in the pot.
Yeah, it was not a big deal.
No.
But since we're like assuming we'd be in our super shelter, we'd have a lot of this stuff. We want to take a lot of these components and really test them. So.
Right.
I mean, once you're set up, though, I mean, the whole goal is to kind of just keep yourself away from the elements with your shelter. Keep your body clean as much as you can. Have good food and water, and make sure you maintain security. And I mean, once you're there, you're there.
Yeah.
I think the most dangerous section would probably be the first 72 to 96 hours where you're trying to hopefully get to your situation. You're trying to get to your bug out location.
Yeah.
You're traveling. That the being mobile is probably the most dangerous section of that, I think.
Yeah.
But once you're at base camp, the only thing is just maintaining everything and waiting it out, or if it becomes a permanent living condition, that's just how it is.
Yeah. All right. Water is boiling. Let's add this stuff. I'm pretty sure I just burnt a bug on the bottom of the pot.
Well, pest control.
Right?
Keeping nature in balance. Ooh, we're gonna have some protein with that leaf in there. Look at that.
That's not a leaf.
I don't know what it is.
Stir that up.
Freeze-dried food, I've noticed, seems to be the way to go, because you still get all the nutrients and everything you need, but the weight's down because there's no water weight attached to it.
Well, you know what? We'll leave the lid off. I don't want it boiling over. Put it back on there for a little bit. Ooh-wee.
Wow, I made that much.
Yeah, there's more left.
Woo! Man,
Total
one bag.
Total 4 servings in one bag.
Dude, I brought 2. I wasn't sure. That's amazing. Eat. This is pretty good. Definitely can tell the difference between like Mountain House, Wise Company, and Thrive Life.
Oh yeah.
Thrive Life is definitely much like fresher tasting. It's much more clean. This you can tell it feels like it's kind of like canned food.
Yeah.
But it's still better than nothing, obviously.
Yeah. It's not bad.
In the winter, oh man. I think it's funny how all the northerners, they're like, 20 degrees? That's not cold. And I'm like, yeah. I like watching you guys from Michigan and North Dakota and Wisconsin and Oregon and Canada spend one summer down here in southern Texas.
Right.
You guys are like dying in the 120 degree heat. You guys are like, nah. So yes, we don't get as cold of a winter, but man, do we get one sweltering summer, man.
Oh yeah.
Like you will see an air conditioner breakdown. I have actually seen kids sitting in the shade and watching little tiny pieces of their rubber from their shoes melting on the pavement. Like, it's freaking nuts. This isn't even the hottest part of the country. I think, was it Death Valley?
Yeah.
That area is the hottest part of the country. Like Arizona, Nevada, in that area. Which we're going to be going to. Super excited.
Right.
So, for everybody watching this episode, you'll be let in on a small, little, tiny, itty-bitty secret. We are going to PrepperCon. But right after PrepperCon, we've got a kind of like a road trip planned. And it's going to be pretty fun. We're going to see some exciting new people. We're going to visit some places we've never visited before.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we're going to see some destinations. You would say they're tourist traps, a little corny. And then other places that will hopefully end up being like hidden gems. So we might do like some live streams on YouTube and Facebook, some vlogging, stuff like that. So As long as the world doesn't end in the next month and a half, we should be good.
Right.
The world's allowed to end after that.
Yeah.
Because there's some bucket list crap on there that I've been saving for this trip since a week after we got back from PrepperCon last year. I have been pinching my pennies and created a little PrepperCon fund, and it gave me some funds. And a lot of people are like, I don't have enough money to do this. Well, you see, neither do we. Like, if you said, hey, let's go to PrepperCon, I'd be like, I can't afford it.
Right.
But we've been literally saving up for it for a year. And a lot of people are like, how do you have money to save up? And I'm like, it's just little, I have like a fund for like my preps and my bug out, and I put a little bit of portion of that. It's like you create a budget, your monthly budget. And it was small for like the first year, for like the first, out of the 3 years we've been saving up to build a super shelter and the bug out stuff and all that crap. I think it was like $5 to $10 a month, man. It was not a lot of money.
Wasn't much.
And it wasn't until last year that money started getting a little bit better because of you got your new job.
Yeah.
The channel started picking up a little bit. We got the painting and art business for us up and running a lot better, a lot more stable. So a few ducks did have to, the stars kind of had to have aligned a little bit for us, really. But the budget increased, and not by significant amounts. It's like, oh yeah, you got all this going on, you're probably saving like $3 a month. No, not even nowhere close. But yeah, all in all, what we're saying is, it's budgeting your money. You have to want to do those things that are in the future, and they have to mean enough to you to put your money back. If you don't put your money back, you're always going to be that person like, well, I want to do this and I want to do that, but you're never going to build the bug out shelter. You're never going to fill the bug out bag. You're never going to want to go on those bucket list road trips. And the bucket list road trip's going to be involved with our channel. Like, we're going to be running into some people, hopefully talking to a few different businesses and channels along the way. We're starting to make connections and trying to work on things to do some videos. So it's not going to be a vacation, as it were. It's going to be like what's the term the rich snobby people use? A working vacation, I think is what they call it. A working vacation, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. But we're taking that while we're driving. We're using that excuse to go see places and experience things that just most people don't get to just see it in their life. So I want to be able to cross off some stuff, and I want my kids to be able to see that kind of stuff, like possibly the Grand Canyon, Las Vegas,
I'm super excited.
the Redwood Forest, things like that. We're gonna be on. Oh yeah, if you haven't figured out, we're gonna be on the West Coast. That area. We might end up going to quote-unquote California. A lot of people have the reasons for hating it, but the thing is, I would never necessarily, because of the laws and some of the things I've heard, I wouldn't want to live there.
Right.
And I have a lot of buddies who've moved out of there, but I don't see why visiting it on vacation would be such a bad thing. Like, it's got a huge coastline. It's got some really awesome places to go. I can see it like it's a vacation spot. Like, I wouldn't want to live in Hawaii, but I would definitely want to go there for a vacation.
I want to see the redwood trees up there.
I want to like meet up with like another family and say, hey, do you think all 8 of us can try to hug one of these trees?
Right?
And take a ridiculously stupid photo that every one of their mom has taken for the past 30 years. We're going to be that family this year. That's going to be us.
Oh, man. Oh, it's early. Well, good morning, everybody. It is 7:30 in the morning. Got the fire started so we can start working on breakfast and stuff here soon. Outdoor mama is still fast asleep in the hammock. So a few tests, let me adjust the camera for you, that we were doing for putting our bug out gear to the test is we wanted to test some of the lamps and see how they do on low settings or whatever settings they have. Excuse me, I just woke up. So the Vault lamps have stayed on, and the Nebo one did a really freaking good job, actually. I was pretty impressed with that. We wanted to go ahead and test. I'm gonna take you with me. I actually need to shorten up my monopod because of all the guy lines, so bear with me. There we go. And a full night out at night, exposed, completely unrolled. I don't feel a lot of dampness anywhere. Just, you know, just being exposed, just kind of checking out for the day and the night. See how it does. Expose the elements. At one day, I don't expect much to happen, but just letting you guys know that we are keeping this stuff out and open, letting the elements kind of get to it and see how the UV crack resistant vinyl performs, how the zippers and the nylon, and the overall performance of how this gear would hang up, because you're gonna have to leave it like that in a bug out situation. So far it seems like it's doing a pretty good job. So without wasting any more time, let's go wake up outdoor mama. Now the fire, ooh yeah, the fire's catching. It's gonna be time for some breakfast and see how she's doing. Let's give you some really bad handheld footage real quick, which is pretty much this entire segment. Hey baby. Good morning. Hey. It's morning time. The sun's out.
No, it's not.
There's apple cinnamon oatmeal from Valley Food Storage.
That does sound good.
Yes, apple cinnamon. And I gotta get some more wood on the fire so we can get breakfast. Yay, she's awake. So, since we've been putting our bug out gear to the test, and from our mobile stuff, bringing the bug out rolls, the first aid roll, and some of the stuff that we're actually gonna put in the super shelter. Thank you, Bird. Thank you. So, how do you like the bonfire and just how everything is performing, knowing that some of the stuff will be permanent fixtures as food storage, the bonfire would be in the super shelter, things like that?
As far as the bonfire goes, I think it's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
It not only gives off a lot of heat, but it's really easy to use as far as cooking with, and it you get a fire started in here pretty easy.
Yeah. Something I did notice, and I did some online looking and consumer shopping on places like Amazon, for things this size, for it being as big as it is, it's pretty competitively priced, actually. Like, a lot of stuff you'll find for like $275, $300, $350, $375. And for anybody, for whatever reason, that wasn't paying attention to the reasons why I like the bonfire as a super shelter thing, is because of its like safety. You don't have to worry about, like, in a drought or a dry season, having all of the ashes and the embers really just escaping and getting out and burning the whole woods or forest or whatever down around you, and putting a lot of people in harm's way.
Yeah.
And because it keeps the smoke down, if you're worried like an apocalyptic, like, grid down situation, by there being minimal smoke in the air, once that thing gets really going, you get all the heat and the cooking factor and the warmth, but you're not signaling to everybody within a 4-mile radius of you that you have a big, huge fire going. Yeah, I was filming you. Now, other than Thrive Life, we found the guys over at Valley Food Storage when we were at PrepperCon last year, and they have been the freshest and the best kind of emergency preparedness food we've ever had in our life. They are the cleanest that offers. They are, in my opinion, as far as their taste, they're better than Mountain House, they're better than Patriots Pantry, they're better than Backpackers Pantry, they're better than Wise Company. The only company that competes with them as far as freshness and taste and overall quality is Thrive Life. They're both based out of Utah, but if you look at the actual ingredients, it's oats, sugar, apple granules, non-fat milk powder. There's no other crap put in that at all. Those birds are loud in the morning. I need to send them a request line, see if they know any rock music. It's annoying. So it's ready?
It is ready. It looks really good.
Awesome. I didn't even get to really do anything to tear down camp yet. That opened was fast as heck.
It smells good.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Honestly, when they let us do all that big, huge taste testing at PrepperCon, I mean, I fell in love.
Oh, yeah. And you know what?
I never thought I was going to find a better company as far as quality goes than Valley Food Storage until we found Thrive Life, and I've got to say, it's depending on how you want to do it. Do you want to do an in-home delivery service that also basically outfits you for your daily life for prepping?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you just want to be an apocalypse bunker, like Gorilla Pod, you know, doing that kind of thing? So,
Yeah.
I mean, they both do a really good job, I think. So.
Yeah.
See, I always wondered why everybody out of Utah was a big in DIY and prepping and stuff, and then I realized the mountains they lived in and how crazy a life could get for them
Oh, yeah.
if the weather ever turned south. And I was like, okay, mad respect. Okay, I got you. That makes total sense. Because unless you've never been there, there's no way to really know unless
There's
you
no
could
way to know,
experience it
yeah.
firsthand. Bon appetit! Whoopsh.
It smells good, doesn't it?
Yeah. This particular Bugout's awful, isn't it?
That's horrible.
See, this is what I like though, is the fact we get to test the gear, try the food, kind of see how just everything kind of pans out and shakes out. Now, it could be a long time before we have to deal with anything like this, or we may never. But it's good to know that we have gear that's ready, good to go. Oh, on that note, with the super shelter, the day before we came out here, I was actually on the way other side of my buddy's property. Keep in mind, he's got 190 acres. It's very easy to get lost out here. Considering over 100 acres of it is like completely 110% undeveloped. I mean, it's just all wild out here. You can run into bobcats, coyotes, the whole nine out here. It's advisable to have a weapon with you at all times when you're out here. Anyway, on that note, like I said, for anybody who's paying attention to the video, he's in construction. And we have some reclaimed beam supports, the frame, from an older porch. The porch was 100% intact and good to go. So we're actually going to be using that and some tarps and different ways to protect the ground, and we're going to level everything out. But we're going to have that. It's basically going to give us our 16 by 16 frame for our super shelter, and it looks like we're going to have some reclaimed shelving that we're going to be able to slap in there too and hook up against the wall. And I saw it the other day. It is a huge shelving unit. We're going to be able to put months and months and months worth of food and water and flashlights and batteries and equipment in there. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I am super excited to have a buddy like him who's in construction, who's able to kind of help me take my dream and really just push it towards reality. I'm super, super, super excited. As everybody knows from the beginning of the video, we do giveaways every single episode. And we have the big gear giveaway. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment, and all that stuff. Now, with the way YouTube works now, I can see everything. If I see 500 comments, I'm expecting 300 to 500 shares and 300 to 500 likes. Because I'm assuming that if you're commenting, you're entering. So trying to cheat does not work anymore, because of the fact we can see that. And I'm just saying, if you want to be entered, just do it. It's really easy. We want to send you free survival gear to help your preparedness goals. And the only thing we ask in return is very simple clicking and hooking us up and helping us out so we can keep growing and thriving. Because the better our channel does, the cooler, better, and more often, and the more epic the giveaways get to be. But so the winner of the Amazon gift card giveaway that we had in the last episode, we're gonna plaster your name right about here. So congratulations, whoever the heck you are, because I got to do this when I get back. You are the winner. So definitely contact them back end of our channel so we can get your contact details, hook you up with an awesome Amazon gift card so you can start dropping dough on your survival gear plans and your preps and get yourself better equipped and better prepared for the outdoors. And don't forget, you're going to find out who the winner is of the survival gear giveaway in the very next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed us real world overnight testing our bug out gear. Like you guys saw in those hurricane videos last year, we found a lot of holes. And that's where you guys are seeing these big, huge leaps and bounds and strides in our bug-in philosophy and our bug-out philosophy.
And for bugging out overnight, that's a great, fantastic test. I think everybody should do that. I would say at minimum 4 times a year if you can financially get away with it. One night, just overnight, just bug out. Try to do it like once a quarter, basically. It gives you a good sense of getting familiar with your gear at the least. Can we see ourselves if we got to do this for an extra 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, 2 weeks? After the first 96 hours, you're going to know if that gear is going to work for you or not. This just about does it for an overnight adventure, putting our bug out gear to the test. If you like this video, throw it a big thumbs up. But that's just about us for now. Hope you guys have an absolute wonderful day. I'm out.